Welcome to Rowan University. We are happy to offer you this presentation today to be able to give you all the information that you need regarding admissions in our campus. We're providing this tour today to be able to give you, the information that you need about Rowan while respecting social distancing in light of what is happening today. My name is Charissa Burgos. I'm one of the assistant directors of admissions here at Rowan.
And my name is Alea. I'm a transfer admissions counselor here at Rowan as well.
And in this presentation today, we're going to talk a little bit about admission requirements, a little bit about our majors and what we're offering here at Rowan, and also student life and tuition and fees. So without further ado, we'll start. So one of the first things we talk about is location when we're discussing, what makes our university different. There's a lot of wonderful universities across the country and in this state, but when it comes to choosing a college, location is one of the biggest factors. We are located 20 minutes from Philadelphia. We're about 18 miles southeast of Philadelphia and just a short drive from the New Jersey Turnpike, the Atlantic City Expressway, and any of the Delaware River bridges. We're about an hour from Jersey shorelines, 2 hours from New York City, and 2.5 from Washington, D.C. This is also really important because when students are also studying in their classrooms, a lot of learning happens outside of the classroom as well. So they want to make sure that there's a lot of opportunity for them to get internships that often turn into jobs. So this is really important when we're thinking about choosing a college. So right now we're on our Glassboro campus, which is our residential undergraduate campus. We also have a few other campuses as we were ranked the 4th fastest growing university in the country. We have our main campus, which is Glassboro. Our Camden campus, which is located in Camden, New Jersey. It is a non-residential campus and really is just an opportunity to offer classes to students who live in the Camden County area. We do have a shuttle bus that goes back and forth from our Camden and our main campus. Then we have West Campus, which is located in Mullica Hill. It's a short drive from main campus, I would say about 2 minutes. And we have our new athletic fields there and our South Jersey Tech Park, where a lot of research is happening. Additionally, we have, not us, but a new Inspira hospital has been built there, and I think that's a really great opportunity for students who are also pre-med to be able to get some, internship or part-time experience if they're interested in any of the pre-health programs. We are one of 3 universities in the entire country that offer 2 medical granting programs. We have Cooper Medical School, which is located in Camden, New Jersey. That is our MD program. And then we have Rowan University School of Osteopathic Medicine, located in Stratford, New Jersey, which is our DO program. So naturally, we are educating a lot of our undergraduate students who are interested in pre-health. And while a lot of our students do elect to go to one of our Rowan med schools, we do assist them in exploring other options as far as med school and preparing them for the MCATs and for their other pre-professional careers. We also have a planetarium here on our campus, which is really robust. We offer a lot of programming to not only our students, but to the local community so that we are exciting our future scientists to be excited about the STEM careers. We do shows throughout the day, throughout the weekends. And then we have our Gene and Rick Edelman Fossil Park, which is fairly new for us. Gene and Rick Edelman are 2 of our alumni who have donated recently $25 million to our fossil park. So we are going to be building a museum, some research opportunities there at our fossil park. And it's also another opportunity to engage our community into the STEM programs. So we have community dig days that are so incredibly popular. And we have people that come around the world just to see our fossil park.
I'm going to be talking about our schools and colleges. These are every school and college that Rowan has. It houses every major here at Rowan. I couldn't go through every single major here at Rowan because it would take forever. I just want to highlight under the College of Science and Mathematics. If you were to major in psychology, you could also minor in neuroscience. And just putting together those specializations or minors really amp up your degree. And then when you're job searching later, it looks very great that you're going to have not only a minor, but specialization or a concentration or a certificate in something. As well as in accounting, there's also a specialization in forensic accounting, which is very unique, and Rowan's very proud of it. A little look at our enrollment profile. Our student body is from 41 states, 35 countries. We have around 16,000 undergrads here at Rowan University, 2,400 graduate students, and 1,100 professional and medical students. So that brings our total almost to 20,000 enrolled across all of our categories. And our freshman retention rate is 86%, but we like to highlight that the national average is 75%. So I think that just speaks volumes that people are coming to Rowan as freshmen and want to stay as well. Our average class size is only 20. It went down from 22 last year, and our student to faculty ratio is only 17:1. So you're not going to be in classes more than 40 students at once. You're going to be in a very specialized classroom, and you're going to get to know your professors, which is really important for internships and career opportunities, as well as just furthering your education in that specific class. There's about 200 programs studying abroad in about 36 countries. So there is a program for everyone.
So a little bit about the freshman application. We are Common App exclusive. We're going to be looking for a number of different things. So when you fill out your Common App, you're going to submit that, and then you'll notice that we'll send you an email confirming that we've received your application. At that time, we're going to be looking for either an application fee or a waiver form. If you feel you're eligible for a waiver form or you were eligible for the SAT and ACT waiver form, then there's a good chance that you're eligible for our application waiver form. You'll just need to have your counselor submit that form for you. We'll be looking for an official high school transcript that is also sent on behalf of your counseling office. We'll be looking for SAT and ACT scores. A little bit about our test scores. So we are a super scoring school, so if you've taken the SAT more than once, please submit all of your scores and know that we are going to take the highest score from each section and combine that. And that also goes for scholarship purposes, so that really is a benefit to the student. We're also test optional, so if you have a 3.5 GPA on an unweighted 4.0 scale, you can choose to be SAT optional. You will indicate that on the Common App, and then there's an additional essay. I always tell my students, you want to make sure that you take your time and have that essay reviewed by your parents or a counselor to make sure that it is exactly what you want to submit, because that really is what your application is going to rely on at that point. We're also looking for letters of recommendation. These can come from teachers, they could come from your counselors, they can come from coaches. Anybody that you feel that can attest to your character and work ethic is a great recommendation letter. We're also looking if you are in certain programs, so you want to keep this in mind, that there may be an audition, portfolio review, or supplemental materials that we may need from you. So this is why we tell you, please check your email often, and please sign on to your status portal. Your status portal username and PIN will be sent to you via email, so you can sign in and actually see up to date what we're missing from you and what we need. So again, if you're in certain programs, whether you get accepted into honors, you are doing a theater program, a music program, there's going to be some additional steps. So you want to keep on top of that, and your status portal is the perfect place to do that. Some deadlines. So we have a priority deadline, January 31st, which has passed. That is for our merit scholarship deadline. So if you are eligible for a scholarship, you would just need everything in by that deadline. March 1st is our typical deadline for fall enrollment, but in light of what is happening these days, we have decided to extend it to give our students more time to check their application out and get all of those additional items sent in. So that will be April 1st, 2020 this year, and that is not an April Fool's. Our average admitted GPA is a 3.7 GPA. Again, that is the average. So we're looking at students anywhere below and above that, again, depending on your program. SAT, we do have a mid-range. It is a 1070 to a 1270, and that is the super scoring mid-range. We also accept the ACT, and we have students that take both, and that is awesome. If you've taken both, again, submit your scores. We're always going to take the highest. Our average composite score is a 27.
Just a little bit about the transfer application. Our application for transfers is actually free. So when you apply, you're going to get a student portal, like Charissa said, and it's going to have a check mark that says waived. You don't have to worry about that. It's a free application for everyone. We also will need your official transcripts from every college you have attended, whether you've gotten 3 credits or 23 credits. We need every college that you've gotten credit from, and that also counts for high school dual credit as well. So we need all those transcripts that you have credit on. We also do offer scholarships. We have a transfer trustee scholarship. There's approximately 50 of them. They're not too much, but we kind of like to offer them as like a discount on your tuition. So it'll be $1,000 to $2,000, and that'll be split between a school year. So you could have between $500 or $1,000 per semester, but that'll total to $1,000 or $2,000, and it'll be taken off your yearly tuition. Our transfer application deadline for priority scholarship consideration is March 1st, 2020, but the overall transfer deadline is going to be April 15th, 2020.
So tuition, fees, room and board, what everyone wants to know about. So we are in-state tuition, so you'll notice that we do offer in-state tuition and an out-of-state tuition. So our in-state tuition is $14,000, and this includes fees, while our room and board is the same for both of our out-of-state and in-state students. This is an average, a $12,904 average. I do recommend that students go onto our website and check out the Res Life website to see the different options that we have as far as residential dorms for freshmen through seniors, and you'll see that these all have a different cost associated with them. So again, this is a very average cost for a freshman student, the total cost being $26,904. We'll talk a little bit about loans and scholarships and how that's going to kind of factor into your total cost. So scholarships and financial aid. We do offer FAFSA, so you want to fill the FAFSA out. This will let you know if you're eligible for any loans, grants, or work study money. Once you've been accepted to Rowan, you'll receive a financing plan, and this will kind of lay out what you've been offered from the FAFSA. And then you can deduct that from your tuition and from room and board. And we also offer the Rowan University Scholars Program. So one thing I want to mention, it's not listed up here, but is our Rowan Scholars Program. We mentioned the deadline was January 31st. So if you had applied before then and we reviewed your application, you'd be eligible for scholarship if you had a 3.0 GPA and an 1170 on the SAT, and that is the baseline. The higher your GPA and the higher your SAT, the more you're going to receive. We also have Foundation Scholarship. So this may not be helpful to our applicants, but we'd like to let them know that there will be additional money available to them in scholarship form. So Foundation becomes available in the fall. We email students throughout the fall, letting them know that the portal is open. There's over 200 different scholarships available in our Foundation Scholarship Program, and they're based on merit, they're based on community involvement, campus involvement, and there's a lot of opportunities for students to gain extra scholarship this way. Again, Leah talked about our Transfer Trustee Scholarship, so that's another scholarship we offer here at Rowan. And then we have Raise Me. So Raise Me is a great micro scholarship program here that we offer. We are associated with Raise Me. So students can actually log on, build a profile, and receive micro scholarships for different things like getting A's in their core classes, taking AP honor courses, getting involved in their community, and it builds a bank for them. So if they decide to attend Rowan, they know already how much Rowan is willing to offer them based on their Raise Me account. One thing I do want to note, though, is that if you were eligible for Raise Me and Merit Scholarship, you only receive one of them, and we'll always give you the highest. So if your merit was higher, we're going to give you the Merit Scholarship.
Student and campus life. Rowan really prides itself on its student and campus involvement. So these are just a few of the events that Rowan holds. There's a food truck festival on our brand new Rowan Boulevard. There is Color Me Rowan weekend, which is a pretty big weekend here. There's last lectures for professors who are leaving. And there's also Holly Bash, which is our end of the year bash. They usually sign some performer that you've probably heard of, and they'll come and perform. It'll be a whole day event. We also have 31 Greek chapters, over 13 dining options, and 150 clubs and organizations. Our dining options are just what is included in the meal plan. We also have Rowan Boulevard, which I'll talk about next, that will also lay out more dining options. And our campus is pretty, there's a really home feel. So you can always go to a Dunkin' Donuts or a McDonald's or a pizza place around the corner. The clubs and organizations, there is 150. There's one for everyone, and you can always start your own. We also have 8 men's varsity sports and 10 women's varsity sports. These are Division III, but they are usually one of the best in their conference. And we also hold 80 intramural club and sports programs, and Charissa's going to elaborate on one of her favorites.
So yeah, I wasn't very athletic when I was here at Rowan. So one of my favorite things to do, and like Alea said, there's so many things here for students of different interests. Some of the intramural things are like dodgeball, which I love, flag football, co-ed events. But one of my favorites was Battleship. And Battleship is when we actually take our canoes and put them in our pools, and you get a bucket and you have to dunk the next canoe over to you. It's so much fun. My parents weren't so impressed, but I loved it.
And this is our Rowan Boulevard. This is where our Welcome Center is located, where we are right now. They just built a new park. There is something for everyone on the boulevard. There's an urgent care. There is food. There's a Starbucks. It's where our bookstore's house. You can also take classes and live on Rowan Boulevard, and it's a pretty popular part of Rowan. Every year there's something new, so maybe by next year when you're here, there will be something else for you.
And please stay connected with us on different social media. We are constantly keeping everything up to date. Our Instagram is super fun. We always have different tweets going out, so you can always know what's happening here and stay connected with us while you're home.
All right, hello virtual people. Welcome to Rowan University. We'll be your 2 tour guides this day. My name is Allison Mosley. I'm a junior biomedical art and visualization major with a minor in bio and certificate of undergraduate study in game design. I'm originally from Marlton, New Jersey. Go Chiefs for anyone who's from Cherokee High School, but you can now find me living in Cape May County. Here at Rowan, when I'm not giving tours, you can find me working in our herpetology and ichthyology lab doing fish research. But if you can't find me here at all at Rowan, you'll probably find me working at the Cape May County Park and Zoo, wrestling alligators as a zookeeper in the summer.
Hi guys, my name is Callie DeMaria. I'm a psychology major. I'm a junior. I have a minor in law and justice and a concentration in child behavioral services. I am from Little Lake Harbor, so I'm near the beach. And when I'm not giving tours, I'm on the executive board for Unified Sports, and I'm also involved in Greek life.
All right, guys, so it is pretty sad that you guys can't be with us today, but we are really happy to be able to still take you around campus. You'll have virtual Allison and virtual Callie. We will be right at your side the entire way, giving our wonderful advice as current students here at Rowan. And next year, if you guys come back, both of us will be seniors, so you can give us a hug in person then. But for right now, we're going to see our campus and enjoy it while we can.
Let's go.
All right, everyone. Well, welcome to our lovely Rowan Boulevard here. So if you guys just take a look down this Rowan Boulevard that we have, if you guys were to come here to Rowan's campus 10 years ago, right now we would be standing in a dirt lot. 10 years ago, Rowan University and our lovely city that we live in, Glassboro, they came together and spent $350 million to be able to create this wonderful place here. So 10 years ago, construction began, and recently, as of last year, we finished with this wonderful park that's right down here. Here on Rowan Boulevard, I like to call it kind of our city Rowan area. So there's tons and tons of things to do for our students here. Starting off with what a lot of students care about, which is our food options here on Rowan Boulevard. Starting out all the way at the end, we have our lovely Rise Bagels. So if you guys have classes early in the morning, maybe have an 8 a.m., it's a really great way to grab a snack and be on your way. For any of you people out there who love taking pictures of their food, we do have a Pliables right here on our campus. We also have a lovely 7-Eleven where if you're looking to pick up some small items, maybe pick up a few snacks. We also have a Pizza Hut and a Domino's directly across the street from each other. How could you go wrong? We have our lovely Mexican Mariachi's Grill if you're looking for some Mexican food. And we have our lovely La Scala's Fire right next to us if you're looking for a little bit more upscale pizza options. Here on Rowan Boulevard, there's a ton of fun things to do as well. We have our lovely VR arcade. As somebody who's worked in virtual reality, it is really fun. I definitely recommend it, especially if you guys have family members down. Try putting that headset on their heads. Really funny to look at. We also have our lovely escape room as well, Exit 4. It's about $20 per person. Really, really fun if you're looking for a puzzle to do with your friends. We also have our lovely Barnes & Nobles, which is actually the first thing to be built here on Rowan Boulevard. What's really cool about the Barnes & Nobles is that the first floor is just like a regular Barnes & Nobles, has a Starbucks, has regular books for you guys to pick up, but once you head to the second floor, it's all made for you as a Rowan student. They order textbooks that your professors say that you need. So for example, say you're coming in, you take a Bio 1 class, your professor says you need evolution of genetics. The library, well, the Barnes & Nobles, they'll actually order the textbooks for you. So you're more than welcome to get your textbooks from anywhere you want, but it's really, really convenient that they always have it there in the Barnes & Noble So especially if you need your textbook the next day, you can go right there to the Barnes & Nobles upstairs and pick it up. Even for me, being a little bit more of an unconventional student, being an art student, they'll actually order my supplies that I need there as well. So I need some really interesting types of drawing utensils, different types of paints. They'll actually order it there, so I can just walk myself from where I live on campus right upstairs.
So a lot of students like to ask on campus if they're allowed to live on Rowan Boulevard, and the answer is yes, they are allowed to, as long as they are sophomores, juniors, or seniors. So right above us is 114 Victoria. This just opened up about 2 summers ago. Sophomores, juniors, and seniors are eligible to live there. There is 4 persons to a apartment, 6 or 8, so you can have a roommate or you can be an individual. All these apartments include a kitchen, a living room, and then your living area. Right to our left, this is 230 Victoria, so this is the same setup. You can have a roommate, live alone, 4, 6, or 8. And also below 230 Victoria, there is the fitness center, so that is an opportunity for students to walk over and work out at the gym. It is a free gym admission for all students. And then of course behind us is 220 Victoria, but that is only open to our juniors and seniors. So last year I actually lived in 114 as a sophomore. There's only 4 of us in the apartment, so I had my own room, which was really cool. When I was younger, or actually all my life so far, I lived with 2 other girls in my room at home, my 2 sisters, so that's fun. But I lived there and I absolutely loved it. I lived next to an apartment of 8 different football players, so that was a really fun time. They had 2 refrigerators, really awesome.
Right here on the boulevard is my favorite event that happens all year. It actually happens a little bit before school starts. So for you guys, if you're coming in as freshmen, it'll typically be the day you move in. But this entire road right here is shut down into a classic car show. So tons and tons of people who own classic cars in this area, they'll come park their cars, pop the hoods. You can talk to them, look inside the engines. But my personal favorite part is they do bring in every food truck in South Jersey. Last year when I went, I had possibly the best food I've ever eaten, which was a cheesesteak. But instead of having a regular bun, it was a pretzel that was split down the middle where the cheesesteak was put in. Boro and the lights is pretty cool. We get a huge Christmas tree and we put it in the park over there. We have our ballroom dance team come out and they'll dance right here. They bring in horses and carriages and it's basically like a little winter wonderland. It's really, really fun when you guys are upperclassmen and you can live in these rooms up here. So many different things happen on Rowan Boulevard and it's really nice and easy. You don't even have to leave your room to see it. Over here we have our lovely cookie munchers. Something that's really cool about this business over here is that it was actually built by Rowan alumni, and they are open until 1:30 every night, and they deliver and they give you cookies that are about the size of your head. So no matter where you are around campus, no matter really what time it is, you'll be able to get a cookie delivered right to you.
Also on our right coming up, we have the Marriott Hotel. So a lot of families like to take advantage of this hotel, especially during commencement. They can come down, stay the night, so they don't have to drive home afterwards. But it's a public hotel, so you can really stay there whenever you'd like. And then on the other side on the left, we do have our Whitney Center. So if you are interested in applying for our honors college as a sophomore or up, you are eligible to live in the Whitney Center. It is an apartment style, so there's 4 individual rooms, a kitchen, and a living room. But if you are a freshman and you are applying and you get accepted to our honors college, you automatically live in our Holly Point Commons.
Here at Rowan, we do have a really awesome paleontologist who does run the geology department. His name's Dr. Kenneth Lacavera. Something really cool is that he actually discovered the largest dinosaur ever called the Dreadnoughtus. It's over 120-foot tall sauropod, so I was kind of hoping that they would build a scale model for the building, but I feel like they would have to make it a couple more stories high before that would happen. But he's really awesome. He actually attended one of the conferences I hosted, and he runs our fossil park as well. So our fossil park's really cool. It is a little bit down the road in Mantua, but our students go there all the time. If you guys have a Bio 1 class, you'll probably go there for a field trip. You'll be able to dig up your own fossils, which is really cool. When I went for my Bio 1 class, the 2 fossils I found were old shrimp burrows and bacteria poop. But if you're lucky enough, you can actually find some really cool things. There are ancient saltwater crocodiles who used to live right here in New Jersey. You can find some of their fossils, and usually you'll find a couple of shark teeth, which is really cool. So we'll cross the road right here, and looks good. So we're heading this way.
So right now we're heading towards Holly Point. So it's actually one of our freshman residence halls. It is one of our most modern residence halls. It only opened a few years ago. It houses about 1,200 students, and a lot of our freshmen do prefer to live here. We do have a lot of freshman residence options in Holly Point. We do have lounges, so a lot of our students like to take advantage of them. Some have TVs, some students just like to sit in there and do homework. Also in Holly Point, we do have a dining area for our students. It is buffet style, so you can go in, use one meal swipe, and then sit and eat as long as you'd like. We also have a Starbucks in there, so if students like coffee. We do have a convenience store, so if they need any snacks or anything convenient, they can go on down, get what they need. Also across the street, we do have Landmark, which is really nice. A lot of our students like to go. It's a great eatery around campus. They do take Rowan bucks, which is really awesome. All around Glassboro, small businesses, communities, they do take our Rowan bucks, which is part of our meal plans.
So here at Rowan's campus, we have a really awesome public safety department. Usually for parents, the number one question they get asked is about safety here. Definitely, having your student live away for the first time definitely be very scary for parents, but fear not. Here at Rowan, we have very, very dedicated staff to ensuring that all of our students are safe. Starting out with what's right in front of us, we have a lovely blue light right over here. So there's about 160 of them all over campus. And if you hit that button that's right there on the box, you'll automatically be put on a call with a police dispatcher. What is really nice is that you can only see 2 blue lights at one time on campus. So for example, standing right here, we can see 1 blue light right here, and then there's another blue light a little bit down the way. What is really nice about this is that the police can actually track your movements. So say for some reason you're standing here, you feel unsafe, you can hit that button, talk to the dispatcher, move to the next blue light, hit the button again, be put on the call with the same dispatcher, and that way the police are able to follow your movements. Something that is really nice though about these blue lights, I'm friends with somebody who works in public safety, and as of last academic year, the blue lights were only pressed for one actual real emergency. Other times these blue lights have been pressed is when we've had younger children on tour, they've come hit the button, and we had to wait for them to stop. So it is really nice that we have these blue lights all around campus, and what's the best thing about our safety here on campus is that is one of the least utilized things. In addition to our blue lights, we also have around 50 public safety officers that are just employed through our university. You'll constantly see them moving around, both on foot, on bikes, on cars. We do have an officer who is trained on a Segway, so you will see him going around campus every now and then. But they're constantly on patrol, and when you move in, you'll get a packet full of really helpful numbers, including the public safety number, which you can also find online. For public safety, you can call them for pretty much any reason. Really good example, when I call public safety my freshman year, fun fact about me is I'm actually considered legally blind without my glasses. I was out on Rowan Boulevard, broke my glasses, didn't know what to do, so I took my phone, held it really close to my face, called the public safety number. They came, picked me up, I got a free ride in the back of their police car, sent a picture of me back there to my mom and said I got arrested. She did not find that very funny, but after a little bit of ways, the officer took me to our art building, Westby Hall. He guided me like a seeing eye dog into our sculpture lab, and my professor gave me super glue to fix my glasses. Even for something as simple as that, maybe you're afraid of a raccoon that you see, public safety is really awesome and they'll help you out. Even if you have a class that ends late at night, police officers will come and pick you up every single night that you have that class. There have been other admissions ambassadors in the past who've done that twice a week for an entire semester, and the same officer came and picked them up every single night. Even outside of public safety, we do have our RAs on duty. So every single night, there will be an RA who is up from the hours of around 8 p.m. to 6 a.m. and they have their duty phone. So you'll get the number for your residence hall when you move in. Say if you're out and about late at night, maybe studying at a friend's house, you come back, maybe you forgot your key card, you can call the RA on duty and they'll help you out with any problem you have during those hours. Constantly moving around our campus at night, so definitely tons and tons of safety features that we have here on our campus.
So right now we're about to be passing Glassboro's Eatery on our right. So that is the buffet style eatery on campus. So if you do, freshmen are required to have a meal plan. Your options would be either all access or 14 a week. So you would use one meal swipe, you'd walk in, they have different options you can eat from, and Rowan does accommodate to different food allergies. If you're vegan, vegetarian, there's always food for you guys as well. But you can walk in, eat for hours. What's really cool about the buffet style is that they do offer a lot of different kind of specials. So usually throughout finals week, they'll have maybe like at midnight chicken and waffles. So you can go in, get some chicken and waffles. That's really fun. But they do a lot of things, especially during midterms and finals week, just kind of so the Rowan students have something to eat, keep their energized, keep their spirits up, really just to keep studying throughout that week.
What is really nice about Holly Point, it is our largest freshman residence hall by a lot. It has around 1,415 beds. So as a freshman coming in, you'll end up having about a 1/3 chance of ending up in this building. I lived here my freshman year and I really loved it. For this entire building that we have, it is all connected. So if you make friends with somebody who's at the opposite end of the building, you won't even have to go outside to visit them, which is really nice. If you guys look behind me and Callie over here, notice that there's tons of bikes. Here on Rowan's campus, I like to say we're about a medium size. So in between a small and a medium school. You can get pretty much anywhere on our campus within 30 minutes from one end to the other, usually around 25, 20 if you walk at how fast I normally do. But it is really nice having a bike or a skateboard with you. You never know when you're gonna need to get somewhere fast. Especially there have been times where, I've woken up pretty late before class, had 2 minutes to get there. Having a bike or a skateboard is really nice to go faster, but if you don't have either of those, fear not. Our campus is 100% walkable, and we also have a lot of shuttles. There's about 7 different stops all around campus. The shuttle typically will go to every stop around 15 minutes intervals, and it is really convenient, especially for when we have snow or it gets really windy out, that walking is a little bit of a pain.
On our left, we do have sort of a pond area. So a lot of our science classes, you will see them out here either looking at just like the wildlife out here. There isn't much, but like squirrels and all that good stuff. But they also are just studying like what's in the water, what's around us, which is really cool. So a lot of our classes are hands-on. They do like to be outside, they do like to be doing things. And our students feel like that's like one of the best ways to learn is just to be hands-on.
One of the best parts of living here in the summer, if any of you guys are interested in, say, like our biology courses, there are quite a few animals that come out in the summer here. We have regular sliders, regular snapping turtles. We have tons of variety of fish. We even have a great blue heron that lives right here in our lovely pond. So here during the summer, we do tons and tons of animal research, and it's a really great way if you guys are interested in like working in a lab, having a summer job. Those are definitely options for you as a student. Over here, we're reaching our other freshman residence halls. So as you can see, there's a pretty short walk over from Holly Point. For all of our freshman residence halls, they are located very close to each other. Makes it nice and easy, so when you start making friends who live in different halls, it'll be a nice quick walk over to where they live. Right over here, we have Chestnut Hall, which is one of our freshman residence halls, and then we will be approaching Mag right up here.
What's cool about the freshman residence hall is that they do have a lounge, indoor lounges in the residence hall. So for traditional style, which would be Chestnut, Magnolia, Willow, they do have one separate lounge where they have TVs, couches where you can lounge around, do homework with your roommate, with your friends, really anyone. And then on your floor, there are some couches and some tables you can sit around in. A lot of your RAs will have your programs in there. So programs are free events that the RAs will hold for you. So it usually involves food, so really get to be friendly with your RA because they will give you free food, which is really fun. That they usually happen maybe a week, every 2 weeks, which is really awesome, and they're free. A lot of stuff on campus is free for us, which is really awesome, a lot of free food. So we are approaching Magnolia Hall. So like we said, this is a freshman residence hall. It is communal style, so what that means is there's 2 people per room, and you share a bathroom with about 6 to 8 different people, depending on your floor size. You do have an RA on every floor, and then there is laundry in Magnolia. There is laundry in every freshman residence hall except Willow Hall, and that is because it is so close to the student center. We have a full-blown laundry room for you guys to use. You can use coin, you can use your debit card, you can use Rowan bucks, whatever you'd like to use to get your laundry done.
So there are definitely tons of questions you probably have about housing, but what is really nice is that we have a whole department dedicated to it. For residential learning and university housing, we have our own dedicated spot on Rowan's website. So if you have any more like specific questions about housing, want to see walkthroughs of all of our freshman residence halls, that's definitely the place to go, and the link will be below. So if you are interested, look down there.
So for Magnolia and Willow, they are sister buildings. So a lot of the RAs will do some combined programs together. That's where I met a lot of my friends freshman year. I did live in Magnolia. So we did a night where we all played Manhunt. We met at this gazebo actually. And then we all just like ran around and we played Manhunt. It was really fun. I met a lot of my friends through it. And also with the RA position, it is an on-campus job. So with the RA position, you would apply through ProfLink. And then you'd obviously get an email whether you got the job or not, where you go through interviews. And then with the RA job, you do get free housing, you get free meal plan. And then with that, you're just a leader on campus. So you will be living in a residential hall with your residents, and you will be there to pretty much be their big brother, big sister, answer any questions they may have, be a resource for them, kind of guide them throughout college, which is really awesome. Great resource.
If you are interested in being an RA, it definitely is a very lucrative job. There are tons of people who apply. So somebody who's worked in housing for 2 years, I would definitely recommend, if you are interested in the job, which you would get starting sophomore year, is get involved your freshman year. There are tons and tons of things to do for freshmen. There's the Residence Hall Association. Every single building has their own unique hall councils. That's a really great way to build up experience. But even just being active in different clubs and organizations, whether they're related to housing or not, is a really great way to build up your on-campus resume.
So right now we do have an outdoor volleyball court, which is really fun. The RAs like to take advantage of this. We'll have like a barbecue out here, play volleyball, pass the football around. We do have some public basketball courts as well. So throughout maybe homecoming, during Greek week, a lot of these awesome events Rowan holds for us. We do have some awesome activities outside. So we do have dodgeball. I did that last year. It was really fun, kind of scary, but really fun. And then you can see that we have some like skating equipment. So if you like to skateboard and stuff like that, you can do that out here. And then on our right, this is our turf field. It is for our intramural field. Also, a lot of our club sports teams do practice here. So our rugby team you'll see practicing out here. Baseball is sometimes out here. Softball sometimes out here. A lot of our spring sports, they will be out here practicing.
And then right up in front of us here, we have our lovely Mimosa Hall. So this is another freshman residence hall that you would have the possibility of living in. For Mimosa Hall, it definitely is a very lucrative place to live. It is located pretty much dead center in our campus. If you live here in Mimosa, you really have no excuse to be late, because you can pretty much get anywhere within 5 to 10 minutes from your room. What is really nice about Mimosa, though, is that we do have a computer lab that is open to all students. So let's say, you have class in 30 minutes, you need to print out your research paper that's due, only have 15. You can run right here to the Mimosa lab, go on one of our computers, and you can print out all the things that you would need. Really, really convenient, especially if you don't have a mobile computer like a laptop. What is really cool, too, is that every single year, Rowan gives you $40 of printing money, so that way you can go and print out all the papers that you need, any other items. Even for me, being an art major, where I have to print out very large posters completely in color, I've never run out of my printing money. But if for some reason you decide to print out an entire textbook and needed some more money, you can always add more onto your Rowan card as well. Right up here we have our student center, so we'll be coming back to it a little bit later in our tour. Something that's really cool is that we do have our lovely patio out there. If you see those little seats over there, something that's really neat is that they are solar powered. So on really beautiful days, they take in all the energy from the sun. You can sit out there, charge your phone, charge your laptop, while you get a bite to eat from inside. And what's really cool is that they were actually given to us by our Student Government Association, specifically because the students requested it. For our SGA, they're super, super awesome about adhering to student needs. They're basically our liaison between the students and the staff. So they did a really, really awesome job getting us some new seating. For over there, as well on the patio, tons of fun events go out there when it's really nice and warm out. My favorite event ever that happens on the patio is that different fraternities and sororities will actually buy a used car, and you can pay $5 to beat it up with a mallet or a baseball bat. All the money they do generate does go to a charity of their choice. And fear not, parents, EMS is always on the scene no matter what. And something really cool about our EMS service is they're actually the only gold star rated college EMS service in the country. Really, really awesome, and it's pretty much all student run.
So right behind us is our library. So what's really awesome about our library, it does use a green light system. So what that means is if there's a green light on the door, that means you can talk, you can communicate, you can do whatever you like in the room. And then if there is a yellow light, that means you kind of got to stay quiet, kind of keep it low tone. People are trying to study. But if there is a red light on the door, that means that complete silence. So whatever you're feeling that day, if you really want to get stuff done, or if you're really just looking to try and get stuff done, you can go in whatever room you'd like to go in. Also in the library, there are a lot of different study rooms, so you can reserve a study room up to 2 hours. So also you can have class in the library. We do have tons of different books in the library. And then
we also have our writing center in the library as well. So it's a really awesome resource that we have that almost no other college has. For the writing center, what they do is employ a bunch of different students who are really strong in writing, both from writing arts, from the sciences, the math, and they basically employ them just to look over your work. So let's say, I'm in my Comp 1 class, have a paper that's coming up that I'm really scared about. I can actually reserve an appointment. Go there, have a professional student look it over. They'll give me all their remarks, whether it be about my citations or like my actual prose. They'll give me all their advice, and then I can go back, redo my paper, and then actually submit it to my professor. It's a really awesome resource we have. I like to say it's kind of the closest thing you could do to cheating without actually doing it. So I definitely recommend it for our students. And if you are really gifted in writing, it's a really great opportunity for getting a job and getting some really great stuff for your resume. For the library, what's really cool is they do have over 500,000 materials online. So no matter what research you're doing, which you'll probably do a lot of here in college, you can pretty much always find what you're looking for. Even if you can't find something, we do have something called the interlibrary loan system. So let's say, you're looking for something really specific. One of my other friends who's an admissions ambassador was doing a paper on presidents and their opinions on Medicare throughout history. She needed one specific book to cite in her paper. The only college that had it was Harvard. So she contacted them through our interlibrary loan system. They actually mailed her the book. She likes to say that she studied at Harvard for 2 weeks, and then she shipped that book back. So especially if you guys are doing some really intricate resource, need some specific materials, it's a really great resource that we have here on our campus.
So here we are at the rec. This is our student recreation center. So we'll be going inside and showing you guys a little bit about the rec.
All right, so in between those two takes, we just got an email from Governor Murphy saying that all public institutions are closed. So unfortunately, the rec center is not closed, but I'm going to do my best to take you through it. So starting out right when we go in through those doors, you'll meet a lovely Ask Me desk. So when you enter as a Rowan student, all you have to do is take your ID card, swipe it out the door, and the entire facility is free for you guys to use as Rowan students. It basically turns your Rowan ID card into a gym membership. The staff there is really, really awesome. If you ever want to play any sport and you don't have the equipment, please feel free to just ask them. Last summer, me and my friends were living here on campus. One day we randomly decided we wanted to play volleyball. We went there, asked them for the equipment. They said, oh, sure thing. They gave us the ball, the net, saw that we were all under 5'3", and then gave us a step stool too so that we could hang everything up. So they're super, super accommodating, and we'll see any needs that you have. Walking in right past the Ask Me desk is we have 3 basketball courts. 2 of them are reserved for our different sports teams, but 1 is always reserved for free play. So if you don't see anyone there in one of the courts closest to the info desk, all you need to do is ask for a ball and you can be on your way playing with your friends. If you go to the left of the info desk, we have tons of ping pong tables, which is my favorite sport since it requires as little movement as possible. Once again, if you need the paddle, need the ball, just ask the desk. And then right in front of that, we have our lovely group fitness room. room. So here at the rec center, group fitness classes are really the only thing that you would pay for, but they're all at discounted rates. One class is about $3 and the semester pass is $45. We have an average of about 5 to 3 classes a day. So if you times that by 7 days a week for the entire 4 months of a semester, you save tons and tons of money compared to paying for a gym membership. We have tons of different types of classes offered, all the way from group Zumba, yoga, weightlifting, spin classes. If any of you guys are familiar with the workout routine called Insanity from Shaun T, he actually graduated here from Rowan. He was last year's commencement speaker. He'll actually come back to campus and teach his classes, which is really, really cool. We also have our lovely Olympic-sized swimming pool that's a little bit past our group fitness room. What's really cool is that it is open year-round and it's always reserved for just our students. We actually have 2 pools here on our campus, but one of them is specifically reserved for our swim and dive teams. So that way when you're hanging out in the pool, just relaxing with your friends, you won't have Michael Phelps swimming at 95 miles an hour past you. It is really fun. Like I said, it is open year-round, so especially if you guys get a job here on campus and you're in the summer, really warm, really fun to go in there. You can do laps, but I will tell you from experience, they do have pool toys, so if you are interested in having some fun, a really great resource. We also have a locker room that's located right beneath it, so please feel free to wear your street clothes to the rec center, change into your swimming trunks, be on your way. They even have showers as well, so if you get a little stinky from working out, fear not. If any of you guys are interested in getting a job on campus, the rec center is a really great place. They are 95% student run, so pretty much anybody who you see working in the building is a student just like yourself. What's really cool about the rec center is that they'll actually hire you before you're a Rowan student. So at orientation, they'll have a booth up. You can go there, say you're interested, sign up for an interview time, and then at your orientation, you can interview. So especially for any of my friends out there who might live far away, don't want to drive or even fly here just for a 15-minute interview, you can actually do it right there at orientation. If you get hired, you'll know on the spot, and you can actually move in a week early into your residence hall, so that way that extra week you can learn all about your job, what it takes to do it, and that way your very first day as a Rowan student, you could be working here making money. Even if you aren't too sports inclined like me, we do offer tons and tons of other jobs on campus as well. We do have something called Prof Jobs, which is our own website. You can go on there and you can see pretty much every off-campus and on-campus job offered here at Rowan. And Callie can tell us a little bit more what's on the second floor.
So on the second floor of the rec, once you go right upstairs, it's pretty much our full-blown weight room. So we do have weights, we have bars, we have pretty much everything you guys can imagine. You go up there, if you keep walking through, you'll see we have 4 racquetball rooms. So it's awesome what Allison was talking about, how you can rent equipment right from the front desk. You can rent volleyball nets, really any equipment you may need to play in the racquetball rooms, you can do that. Some students like to go inside just to work out, just kind of stay away from the public. And they are more than welcome to do that as long as it's available. Also with the weight room, so as Allison was talking about, swimming in the pool next to someone like Michael Phelps, you don't want to work out next to someone who's much larger than you, maybe on the football team. But what's awesome is they have their own weight room within the rec. It's a little further back in SB Gym, but they do have their own workout room, and we are able to work out here and feel good about ourselves. Along with the rec, we do have 3 different levels of sports. So like we mentioned, we are D3 school. So we have those right under our D3 athletics. We do have club sports. So pretty much it's a little bit less competitive, but it's a little bit more of a time commitment as well. So you will travel on the weekends. You'll have about 2 to 3 practices a week. And then right under club sports, we do have intramurals. So we like to say if you have a pulse, you could play. So if you feel like playing flag football or volleyball or really anything you desire, you are more than welcome to sign up for $10 and you can play with a bunch of your friends. Us ambassadors, we do have a basketball league. We just played this semester, which was really fun. So get a bunch of your friends together and come out and play. If you make it to the championship and win, you can win a free shirt. And we love free shirts here at Rowan. Along with all of our different sports, we do have something called Unified Sports. We are paired with New Jersey Special Olympics. So our athletes who actually do go to Rowan and or around the area, they will come during the weekend. During the fall semester, we play soccer, and in the spring semester, we play basketball. So we play with them for an hour, 1 game, and it makes their weeks even better than you could imagine. It's an amazing program we have here at Rowan, and we were recognized by ESPN by being the greatest program in the country. So it's a really awesome honor for Rowan.
All right, so like I mentioned before, we have our lovely solar powered tables over here. Something that's really fun, we have a balcony that's right up there. So on days when it's really nice out and there's no disease, you can sit up there and enjoy your food. I really love sitting up there and yelling at my friends who walk by. They always look around, you know, never know where it's coming from. Something that's really cool too is that we're walking right by these tiles here on the ground. They actually spell out GSC. Originally we were called Glassboro State College before we were called Rowan. So there's definitely tons and tons of our history that you can find around Rowan, and that's just one of our examples. We usually have a lot of parents who come on tours who are alumni of Rowan back when it was called Glassboro State, and they really enjoy seeing all the different aspects of when they went to school here still on Rowan's campus. All right, so I think we'll head inside. Welcome to the Student Center, guys. So here in the Student Center, this is definitely one of our central hubs here on Rowan's campus. As students, you're definitely going to be in here at least once a day, but you can usually find yourself up in here to like 7-8 times if you're really, really active. So there's tons to talk about, so we'll split it in two, and I'll talk about with what students usually care about the most, which is our food options here at Rowan. So starting here in the first floor, right behind us, we have our lovely Props Place. So there are two places to eat inside Props Place. One is Jersey Mike's, which you guys are probably familiar with. If you guys ever been there, you know they have hoagies, sandwiches, subs, whatever you like to call them from wherever you're from, you can get them there. We also have our lovely Grill Nation. So if you guys eat like me, really like cheeseburgers, hamburgers, mozzarella sticks, pancakes, fries, all that great stuff you can find right in there. What's really great about the two locations in Props Place is that they are open until 1 a.m. every single night. So no matter what you're doing around campus, if you have a late night burner, working with your friends, you can come here, grab some food, and be on your way. We also have a lovely sushi place that's also behind us as well. So if you guys are looking for some fresh seafood right here on our campus, really great option that works with your meal plan. And then right next to us over here, we have our lovely Rogo. So this is what I like to call like our little convenience store. So you can pick up a lot of food and snacks in there, from cereal to like Lunchables to microwavable meals, but you can also find supplies in there as well. So let's say, you know, you're in class and then suddenly while you're daydreaming, you remember you use the last sheet of toilet paper and you don't feel like driving to Walmart. You can stop right here in Rogo, pick up some toilet paper and be on your way. Upstairs in the Student Center, we have a lovely place called the Marketplace. So it's this huge area, and what's really cool about it is this year is it's only second year in operation. When I was a freshman turning into a sophomore that summer, I actually got to see the entire building go up, and it was really, really awesome to be able to see it go up, and I was able to tell all my friends what was coming before anybody else. Some of the really cool places to eat in there is a location called Freshens. So if you guys like hoagies and wraps and all that fun lettucey filled stuff that I always stay away from, you can get that there. We have a breakfast place that opens at 7 a.m. So if you're looking for like omelets, a bagel, we have our own pizza and pasta place. We have our own smokehouse where you can actually get rotisserie chicken. We have our own Mexican cuisine area, so if you like burritos, tacos like me. We even have a place called Pop-Up where it changes every 3 weeks and the students actually vote on what they want. So before last couple weeks, we actually had a quesadilla place. So really, really cool. You never know what's gonna come next. Here in the Student Center, what's really cool is that all the food that you order is ordered directly off of the app Grubhub. So when you come in as a student, you will get a meal plan. And then it will tie directly to your account. You'll put in your student credentials. And then from there, let's say you're on campus, you have class, you know, you get out in 15 minutes. You could go on your app, you can see everything that we're offering today in the Student Center. Say you want to get a burrito, if you're like me, you can order exactly how you like it. And then by the time it takes you to walk from your classes to the Student Center, if you plan it correctly, your food can be done and ready. Here as students, it's really, really important for us not to have to wait in line. lines. You know, we have really busy lives. When I was a freshman, before we had remote ordering, I would cry every time I would come here and see the burrito line going out the door, but really, really awesome now, and it makes food a lot easier. But let's say, you know, you like to eat, well, we do have our all-you-can-eat buffet. So back in Holly Point, a Glassworks eatery, all you need to do is swipe your card at the door. You can go in there and literally sit as long as you want and eat as much as you want. In a lot of our academic buildings as well, we offer a lot of remote eating. So a lot of different little cafes. In our science building in Robinson Hall, for example, you can pick up like mac and cheese, drinks, Doritos, and at all of our buildings across campus, you will always be able to find vending machines as well. So no matter where you are on campus, you'll definitely find somewhere to eat. As we mentioned before, as a freshman, you will be required to get a meal plan coming in. So you either get the all-you-can-eat plan, which is around 6 meals a day, or the 14-meal-a-week plan, which is around 2 meals a day. It is completely up to you which meal plan you want. For me, I actually started out with the all-you-can-eat plan. Reason for that is because I didn't know how much I was going to eat coming in. I didn't know what my day was going to be like. But then after the first semester, I realized I was giving away more meals than I was eating for myself. So second semester, I moved down to the 14-meal-a-week plan. Once you become a sophomore and up and you live in our upperclassmen housing, it is completely up to you what kind of meal plan that you can get. We even have some lower meal plans as well, so if you want to have just a few meals that you can use throughout the semester, completely up to you. Something really cool about our meal plans is they do come with something called Rowan Bucks and Dining Dollars. I like to say they're kind of our cryptocurrency here at Rowan. So for the freshman meal plans, you'll typically get around 200 Rowan Bucks and 100 Dining Dollars. For Rowan Bucks, you can use it pretty much anywhere in Glassboro. There's over 100 locations that take it. A lot of the places we saw on Rowan Boulevard, they'll take Rowan Bucks and Dining Dollars, and there's a lot of other places as well. Say if you're a commuter, you have your car here on campus, you can actually go down to our local Pet Boys and use your Rowan Bucks there. If you like destroying something, we do have an axe throwing place a little bit down the road where you can pay and go just throw axes, completely using your Rowan Bucks as well. Dining Dollars work very similarly to Rowan Bucks, but as you can imagine, they work just for food items. So a really good example is, let's say you're getting a burrito, decide you want to love yourself that day, get that extra guac for 50 cents, you can use your Dining Dollars for that. That pretty much covers a lot of our food here on campus, so I'll turn it over to Callie to talk about some of our fun.
So now I'm going to be talking about fun. So I'm just going to go through the day or the week of a student here at Rowan. So on Mondays, we have Profs Spotlight. That's every 2 weeks. So pretty much down in Prof's place, there's a stage. You guys will go. If you're a stand-up comedian, you sing, you dance, whatever you like to do, you'll go down there, perform for your friends, and get a nice applause at the end. On Tuesdays, we have movie nights. So right above us in the ballroom, we do have free movies for you guys. And what's awesome about it, it is movies that just left the theaters but aren't on DVD yet. So we're the only ones who are able to see it right now, which is really awesome. And like I said, it is free for us. There are snacks, soda, all that fun stuff, and then you're able to enter a raffle to win a full pizza pie for yourself and sit on this really cool couch in the middle of the whole ballroom. It's really cool. So some movies that they've shown, they're about to show Frozen 2. They showed Harriet. They showed all these awesome movies that just came out. On Wednesday, we do have trivia, so that's right under us again in Prof's place. So they'll have different themes every week. It could be Rowan trivia, Disney trivia, really any theme, and you can win some awesome gift cards. Could be to Barnes & Noble down the street, to ShopRite, some really cool, awesome gift cards. Then through Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, we do have an organization on campus called RA, which is Rowan After Hours. So from 9 p.m. to 1 a.m. on Thursday through Saturday, they will have an event going on for us. So they'll have pretty much a craft going on right behind us. In the pit, they'll have the main event, and then they will have a midnight food bar. So that can include things such as chicken nuggets, mac and cheese, ice cream, sandwiches, really just some awesome things to go along with the themes. Some themes they've had was Raw Gone Wild. So outside they've had some animals out there. You can go pet them, which is really fun. They had a casino night, not real gambling, but they had casino night for us students. They do have different movies they'll play. I love the movie Frozen. So they had a whole Frozen thing. We made snow globes. They had snacks, all that fun stuff. And that's every Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. Then we also have an organization on campus called SUP. It's Student University Programmers. and they kind of do similar things to Rob, but they do a lot of off-campus trips. So they'll take us to New York City to see a Broadway show, all these different places, but they do come at a little bit of a price just because of the transportation, the tickets, but they're always discounted for us college students. So for Broadway, it's usually about $60 to go see the show, transportation there and back, and a boxed lunch. And you get a free day in New York City, which is really fun. So they've gone to see Dear Evan Hansen, they went to go see Beetlejuice, they go to see all these new and up-to-date shows. They've gone to sports games, hockey games, all this fun stuff for you guys is always going on. And a lot of these events, like I said, are free for Rowan students. So if you don't feel like spending money, you can always come to the Student Center. They have free food, all these free activities for you guys.
In addition to all the fun things we offer here in the Student Center, we also have over 200 clubs and organizations here on our campus. So if you look up at all these different signs that are around us, these are all different clubs and organizations that we have here on our campus. No matter what you're looking for, you can find something you're interested in. Just to name a few clubs that we have a pro bass fishing team. So if you ever wanted to become a fish angler, now is the time. We have clubs for professional development. So for me, I run the Biomedical Art and Visualization Club. So I hold professional events where I bring in different people from areas my students could pursue. So like medical illustrators, natural illustrators, they'll come talk to our students, do portfolio reviews, resume reviews. I was actually able to host my own conference last year where I brought in members from the BBC, NPR, Scientific American, the art director for National Geographic, and provide a really great experience for a lot of my students. We do have a lot of clubs that if you can join just for fun though. We do have something called the Matrix Club here at Rowan, where it's just a group of guys who meet around every Friday, and all they do is watch The Matrix and eat pizza. So if that's something you're interested in, definitely something you could do. But it's really great about all of our clubs and organizations is you don't need to be in a specific major to join them. So for example, in high school, I did 4 years of robotics. Even though I'm an art major now, I could still join the robotics club and go and volunteer with different high school robotics teams. If you are interested in looking at any of the clubs that we have to offer, we do have a website called ProfLink, PROFLINK, or if you just type in Google Rowan Clubs and Organizations, you can see all the different clubs and organizations that we have and do a little window shopping before you come to Rowan.
All right, so here we are in Robinson Green. So we're just going to point out all of our academic buildings and describe to you what different majors are inside and just what all the buildings entail. So to my right, this is Robinson Hall. So we like to call this the Ology building because all of the majors inside would be psychology, sociology, anthropology, math, and computer science, of course. But inside we do have some computer labs, of course, and then we do have a satellite eatery. So if you are hungry during class or before or after class, they have like donuts, bagels, granola bars, drinks, all that good stuff for you guys to use. And you can use your dining dollars here as well. They do have vending machines, of course, and they do have some lounge areas to sit on. Right behind me, this is Wilson Hall. So all of our performing arts majors will be found in here. So dance, singing, acting, all that good stuff. You find it in here. We do have 2 auditoriums inside, and there are practice rooms available to our students. You were able to reserve one, and then you were able to go in, sing. You don't have to be even a performing arts major. You just, if you want to just go inside and do whatever you'd like, you can. There are classrooms inside as well, and then Allison will talk about what's behind us as well.
Yes, so we have our lovely James Hall over here. So if any of you guys out there are planning on becoming an education major, maybe like a math major, tons and tons of classes are in there. Something that is really cool is if you see that kind of little overhang part over there on all the way to the left, that's our on-campus daycare. So professors will actually bring their young students there. They'll hang out there while their teachers are teaching, and our actual students will be able to take care of the kids, do little lesson plans for them, and it's a really nice way to get our students involved. Here in Rowan, one of our best things about our campus is that we have our students students get involved in their studies as soon as possible. For me, being a biomedical art major, I started my major classes as soon as the spring of my freshman year. Really exciting. The first class I ever had was dissection in a cadaver lab. Definitely trial by fire to see if I like my major, but it's a really great way for me to gain a lot of experience throughout my years here and also build up a lot of stuff for my resume. All the way behind us, past these trees here, we have our engineering buildings. So for our engineering department, it's really awesome. We're currently ranked number 20th in the United States for our engineering program, and that's against different Ivy Leagues and schools that are dedicated just to engineering. We have a bunch of different disciplines, from electrical to mechanical to chemical, tons and tons of different areas depending on what you're interested for engineering. One of the coolest things about our engineering department is the clinic classes that they have. Every single semester that you're here as a Rowan student, you will have a clinic class and you're able to do actual real hands-on learning. So your first year to 2 years, you'll be working on smaller projects given to you by your professor, so that way you can build up your soft skills, learning to communicate, work on projects with others, do simple tasks. And then once you hit junior and senior year, you'll actually be working on real world projects. So for example, my brother is a civil engineer here, and he actually works on ways to create new types of stop signs to help people who are visually disabled. One of my friends is currently working on a hover bike. Yes, that is right, a hover bike. Right now they're in the testing phase. They have basically a bike frame with 2 fans on the front, 2 fans on the back. We're currently betting on who will survive, Rich or the bike. I got my money on the bike, but we'll see what happens. But tons and tons of really fun stuff. So no matter what you're interested in being an engineer, you're going to be able to work on real world projects. Even for me, not being an engineer, I still able to work on a lot of projects as well. I actually worked on one of the engineering clinics in the art department. Basically what I did is I made a video game to teach surgeons how to do total hip replacements. So me and my art team, we did all the fun graphics. So we did the 3D models of the bones, the body, all that fun stuff. Our engineers did all the physics, so being able to grab tools, move them around, and we actually got to work with one of our surgeons in one of our medical schools, Dr. Kim at Cooper. It was a really great experience, real hands-on learning that I was able to do, and it was the first time that anything like this has been attempted in the world. So super exciting projects that we have for all of our students to work on.
For more information about our applications and deadline, you can click on the link below.
Thank you guys so much for coming on our lovely virtual tour with us today. Once again, my name is Virtual Allison and this is Virtual Callie. Please stay tuned into Rowan. We're going to be releasing new information as it comes out. But once again, thank you guys so much for being with us while still practicing social distancing.